Hi Robert. Hi, Gwilym is it? That's a great name. Where are you from? South Wales. My priest is from Wales. I don't know where he is from in Wales, but he is my priest, and he is from Wales. He's got a great accent. Do you find it hard to decipher? Yes, he's very meticulous about the way he enunciates, and I'm not really doing the best accent, am I? One, not really. Let's move on to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Have you seen the new 3D version? Yes. It was already an amazing film, almost the perfect film. But to see it in 3D just blew my mind. Arnold looks fantastic, he's so handsome. And Linda's so beautiful and intense. And you see yourself 27 years younger and you're like, oh yeah, what a goofy looking kid I was. But it gives me a lot of pride to have gone toe-to-toe with the biggest action star in the world. How was Arnie on set? Is there an aura around the guy? Absolutely. Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the biggest personalities walking the planet right now. And how he got there, how he pulled off being Arnold, it's amazing. Some kid in Austria that started bodybuilding, and look at all he's accomplished. Did you detect a hint of the Governator 2 about him even then? I would not have guessed it at the time. But I do know that when he was going to run for governor, I said he was gonna win. He's a winner. That guy doesn't lose. That's a force of nature right there. I was always, how do I say this, in awe of him. But I saw him in Las Vegas at the Sinatra 100 concert a few years ago, and now I can just be a guy with him. I feel like I've got a little bit of something going too these days. So I feel a bit more confident around him. That's kind of revealing. Thank you, Doctor. You said that one of the reasons you got the part of the T-1003 is by glaring into the camera during your audition. Can you give us a reenactment? I'll show you what I did. I'm not going to recreate the whole intensity because I can't, but I assumed the position of what I thought the T-1000 should be, and I just snapped back and looked right into the camera there and I turned into this menacing thing. 5. James Cameron, the director, from what I understand, went wow. And I remember him saying you were the only one who gave me a little scare there. Robert Patrick as the T-1000 in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Photograph all start for Star Pictures. That's understandable. The T-1000 was very scary. Did members of the public ever look at you a bit nervously after the film came out? Yes. That was fascinating to me, being a total unknown guy, and all of a sudden having people freaking out in the streets, people telling me I don't like knives and I don't like scissors and your run scares the shit out of me, you terrified me as a child, blah blah blah. One of the first times I became aware my life had changed was when I was in Chicago doing a screen test for a movie with Robert De Niro that I didn't get. And T2 had just come out and I was walking the streets of Chicago and people were just freaking out. Businessmen and him like, shit, it's just me. But that's the power of that role. Were you ever tempted to run after anyone in the street like the T-1000 just to freak them out? Have I ever done it? No. I've done it to make people laugh. But I've resented the role to a certain degree sometimes. I've gotten pissed at people about it. If I felt as if they were mocking me, I would get a little annoyed. But over the years, and the older I get, the more I've loosened up. I'm able to take the piss out of myself. Have you ever wished you had the T-1000's shape-shifting metal ability? 6. It would be quite useful if you ever needed a bottle opener. There's a lot of things I wish I could do that the T-1000 can do. I loved that part of the performance, the movement. It was almost like a dance. There was a fluidity that everything was imbued with, the way he took hits and the way he moved. There was something beautiful and balletic about it. It was kind of kabuki theater. If you could travel back in time like the T-1000 and stop something from happening, what would you stop? Dude, that's a huge fucking question. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not going to try to come up with something on the spot. I think the best thing that's popping in my mind right now is I'd love to have gone back and prevented Hitler. But who knows what would have happened as a result. We're just this blue dot floating through this vast universe, and we're revolving around the sun, and the sun is moving and it's just fucking amazing to me. I'm a believer in God, so I'm just going to stick with that right now. Footnote 1. Robert's Welsh accent sounds like a cross between Crocodile Dundee and Peter Sellers in the song Goodness Gracious Me. 2. Schwarzenegger was elected governor of California in 2003 on a promise to terminate the state government's debt. By the time he left office, it was estimated to have tripled. 3. Terminator 2's villain, sent back in time to kill John Connor before he had the chance to become leader of the human resistance. 4. At this point, Robert stands up, faces the wall, spins around and glares threateningly. 5. In fairness, it is pretty menacing. 6. The T-1000 is made of a mimetic polyalloy that allows it to mimic people or objects, and recover rapidly from physical damage. And yet he still couldn't defeat a 10-year-old boy, his mother and a creaky old robot.